I'm a big car guy. This will be my first video on my new channel. So some of you may already follow me on Instagram. My car is L13_WBR. So yes, I just thought I'd do kind of an introductory video, really. So by day I'm a veterinary surgeon, but I am also a pretty big car enthusiast. So you know, I've watched a lot of videos I started watching a lot of videos on YouTube. So I started off with kind of CarWow and Matt Watson, trying to, you know, find my ideal car, I guess. And you know, eventually started watching other videos as well, things that kind of interested me. So started for Joe Achilles, Petrol Ped, you know, Tim Shmee 150, you know, and I thought, you know, that's something that I could have a go at. You know, I feel like I could potentially do that, and you know, even if you know I don't get that many people that watch my videos, it doesn't matter to me. You know, I'm just doing something that I enjoy. I don't care if people don't like it. You know, I enjoy doing it, so let's give it a go. So yeah, so you currently join me stuck in traffic on the delightful road that is the M135. Just heading back from a holiday back home to South Wales. So yeah, let's kind of start with my car, I guess. So I currently am driving a 2020 F40 M135i, which I ordered from new and currently finance. I started off with a Toyota Yaris back in 2015. Now I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to overlay some shots on this video, but we'll have to see how my editing skills are, because you know, this is the first one, so it might not go so well. But anyway, I started off with a 2004 1-litre Toyota Yaris back in 2015. Served me well through my uni years. Drove that until September of 2020, and in kind of July of 2020 I put in an order for an M135. Now I'd done a kind of lot of shopping around, looking at other options. So at that kind of stage I was looking at, you know, the A35, and you know, second-hand Golf R's, second-hand Audi S3s, but kind of at that point, you know, Volkswagen had just brought out their new Golf model, and you know, we were waiting for the Golf R, but we weren't sure when it was coming. And at that point as well, Audi were no longer making the old S3, and they were bringing out the new model. So it was kind of waiting around, but you know, the M135 and the A35 were the two options really. And then, you know, started to look at finance, you know, deals, and BMW, fair play to them, you know, their marketing and finance deals are, you know, in my opinion, kind of second to none. Looking at what I could get on an A35 compared to you know, an M135i, was not really comparable, to be honest. You know, their kind of the offers that they had on were just, you know, you can pass on them. So I went for a test drive, kind of fell in love with the M135i, and you know, I was like, yeah, I want one. So placed an offer, well, put an order in, I should say, for a brand new car on finance. So yeah, I should probably start kind of running through the spec of my current car. My current car is Storm Bay, and the reason I went for that colour, I saw my test drive car was in Storm Bay. I'd looked at everything kind of on the the generator to, you know, kind of create your own car. And the Storm Bay didn't really come out very well online on the graphics, and you know, I didn't really particularly like it. But then yeah, I went for my test drive, and my test drive car was in Storm Bay, and I kind of fell in love with the colour at that point. I thought it was very kind of individual. I'd never seen a colour like it on any other car really, and I thought, yeah, that's something that I want. So that was kind of the colour box ticked, I guess. And then following on from that, obviously there was different packages to choose from, but for me the important thing was kind of keeping under the £40,000 tax bracket, because I didn't want to have to pay the extra, and you know, I thought, yeah, so let's keep it under 40 grand. So unfortunately I couldn't tick all the boxes that I wanted to, because you know, some of them would have pushed it above the 40 grand, and I didn't want to do that. So I kind of stuck with basic things that I definitely wanted. So I ended up going for the Pro Pack, which is the upgraded 19-inch alloy wheels, which were, I thought head and shoulders above the look of the 18-inch. I thought the 18-inch just kind of got lost a bit in the wheel arches, and just didn't look anywhere near as good as the 19s. And yeah, also obviously that comes with sun protection windows on in the back doors and in the rear windshield. Yeah, so that was kind of what I went for, and obviously the upgraded Harman Kardon sound system as well, which in my opinion is incredible. So yeah, so that's basically what I went for. I stuck with the original kind of cloth seats. Obviously there is an option to go for leather seats, but I really liked the look of the cloth seats. I like the feel of them. You know, it feels like a race car. You know, you feel like you get such a good seating position in BMWs. You know, I can get nice and low. It's really comfortable to drive in for long journeys, which I'm doing now and have done several of. So yeah, so it's so nice to sit in, and these seats, you know, they hug you so nicely, whereas I find, you know, leather you can slip around a lot on, so that's why I kind of avoided that option. So yeah, so I've currently done 8,000 miles in my time with the car, so I've owned it since pretty much the 1st of September 2020, so getting on for 10 months now. So you know, it's not bad going 8,000, but you know, still a fair amount of mileage, and yeah, I love the car. You know, it's such a nice place to be. I love driving to and from work. It just makes work so much of a nicer commute, to be honest. You know, it looks after you. It's got ample amounts of power. You know, 306 brake horsepower, 450 Newton meters of torque from the 4-cylinder 2-litre engine. And you know, it's not mega amounts by, you know, today's standard, but for me personally, coming from a 1-litre Toyota Yaris, it's a ridiculous amount of power. Obviously, you know, the people out there making videos with their M2s, their M2 comps, their M3s, new, you know, G80 M3s, G82 M4s. You know, it's all well and good, but you know, a lot of people can't afford that kind of car. And for me, this is an affordable, powerful, comfortable, all-round car that you can chuck the dog in the boot. You know, I've got a Labrador, he fits perfectly in the boot. It's just, it does everything that you need it to do, you know, and even in kind of damp, miserable conditions, the 4-wheel drive system will look after you, and it just feels so reliant. You know, you never feel like you're going to lose grip or anything bad is ever going to happen to you, and it does just look after you, which is such a nice have in a car. So yeah, so since I've had the car, you know, I have done a few modifications, just because I liked the look at it from the start, but then obviously you look around and see what other people have done with theirs, and you start getting ideas in your head and seeing, you know, what looks good and what doesn't look so good. And for me, the cerulean grey surrounds on the front grille and the front canards, and on the wing mirrors, the wing mirror caps, I didn't think they went so well with the Storm Bay grey. I personally thought that the gloss black looked a lot more aggressive, and just made the car look that much more, you know, force to be reckoned with, I guess. Especially with the matching gloss black front splitter that's already, you know, as standard fitted, and the gloss black diffuser on the rear as well. So I went about kind of starting to make my way and do everything into gloss black. So I've changed the front grille into completely gloss black, the M Performance version, not the slatted grille. I've also got the M style gloss black mirrors from Auto ID, and they just transform the look of the car as well, in my opinion. And whatever you guys say, you know, oh, you know, it's not a real M car, why have you got M style mirrors, whatever, you know, it's my car. I wanted it to look different, I wanted it to look more aggressive, so there you go, that's what I did. Front canards now also gloss black as well, and I have also changed on the exterior, I've added the Maxton gloss black lip spoiler as well, which again I think just makes the car look so much more aggressive. I wasn't a massive fan of the actual BMW spoiler, the M Performance spoiler. I just thought it made the car look too much like an Audi, a Mercedes A35 or A45 with the aero package, and I was like, I don't want a car that looks like another car. I want a car that looks like my car, you know. And I think it's subtle, but without making it look like the Mercedes. So that's why I went for that option instead. And I've also changed the grille, the spoiler tips as well. They were originally cerulean grey, but I've now changed those to gloss black as well. So all of the cerulean grey parts have now been changed, and they are gloss black. And in my opinion, it makes the car look that much better. That, you know, I'm really happy with how it's turned out. I do apologise for the kind of the camera. I am currently on a horrendous piece of tarmac on the M25. The M25 is just a joke, to be honest. And yes, very rough, very noisy, and yes, traffic everywhere. But I digress. I will hopefully get a better camera if this takes off. So interior wise, I haven't changed anything at all really. The only thing I've done is added some paddle extenders, some aluminium paddle extenders, which match the colour of the original paddle extenders, the original paddle, sorry. And I think that just, you know, again kind of transforms the look of the steering wheel, and just, you know, makes it look that bit more the part really. You know, ideally I would just change the paddles and get, you know, either carbon fibre ones or extended aluminium ones, but you know, it's slow things at a time. And you know, when you're on a budget, you can't afford massive amounts of things that you want to buy for your car. So for me, it's just been slowly doing things over time. Not all of these things happened at once. They did kind of happen, kind of one thing at a time. So yeah, I'm finally at the point where I'm happy with how my car looks. And you know, if I need to add anything else in, then I will. So, but for now, you know, I might potentially change the splitter in the future. I might go for the Maxton lip spoiler. Sorry, the Maxton V2 or V4 front splitter, and potentially get the Maxton rear diffuser as well, because I think that looks really good and aggressive. that's just a really noisy Volkswagen GTI, which is kicking out a massive amount of fumes, but never mind. But the issue with those kind of Maxton parts, you have to drill holes to get it fitted, and it's just a bit of a faff, and I wouldn't trust myself to do that job. I'd want a garage to kind of do that for me, and I'm just not at the stage to be able to afford the parts, get someone to put them on the car for me. So yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at, guys. Yeah, I'm hoping to do some more content, depending on how this goes, I guess. How many people enjoy the video, I'm all ears for some feedback. So yeah, fingers crossed the edit goes well and people enjoy what I've done. And yeah, any comments, likes or dislikes, please let me know, and kind of let me know what you would want me to do in the future, if anything. But yeah, I guess that's kind of, yeah, good place to end the first video. So yeah, thanks for anyone that's watched. I'll take your comments and feedback on board. But yeah, hopefully we can get something going. So yeah, go follow my Instagram. So yeah, my car Instagram channel, L13_WBR. It'd be great if I could get some more followers on that. I'm trying to push for 1,000 followers, so that would be brilliant. And yeah, subscribe to my channel, which I haven't yet come up with a name for, but I will do soon. So yeah, let me know of anything that you would like me to do. Okay, I'll sign off there. So thanks very much for watching. Fingers crossed another video soon, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers, guys.